Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Robbie One Kenobi coming back at you with another video. And this video was originally going to be my traditional Royal Rumble pay-per-view review, but I've decided for this video that I'm not going to do a pay-per-view review because I really don't have much to say about the entire Royal Rumble pay-per-view in general. Instead, I'm just going to focus on the Royal Rumble match itself because people are still talking about it, and there's a huge backlash that resulted from what went down in Sunday's Royal Rumble match. So I just wanted to give you my thoughts real quick on the match itself and what the future holds for WrestleMania 31. Below in the description box will be my match ratings and my overall show rating for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Just to give you a quick review, I thought it was a good show for the most part. I did enjoy it. I was entertained. I wasn't pissed off with the show. I didn't think it was a horrible show. I didn't think it was the worst Royal Rumble show ever. It was definitely a step up from last year's Royal Rumble pay-per-view because I thought that show was horrible, with the exception of the Daniel Bryan Bray Wyatt match, Roman Reigns' performance in that Royal Rumble match, and Brock Lesnar beating the hell out of Big Show, the death by 1,000 chair shots match. But yeah, I thought this Royal Rumble was definitely better than last year's, the show overall. So yeah, I just want to really get down to what the focus of this video is, and that's the Royal Rumble match. And I know there are a lot of fans out there who were really pissed off, especially the crowd in Philadelphia, who were pissed off at the result of the Royal Rumble match. Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble match instead of Daniel Bryan or Dean Ambrose or Dolph Ziggler. And let me say for the record that I was not pissed off with Roman Reigns winning the match because Roman was one of my 4 picks to win. I'm a big supporter of Roman Reigns. I do want to see him excel in the future as one of WWE's top stars and one of their top faces. But yeah, I was not upset with Roman winning the 2015 Royal Rumble. What I was upset about was how early in the match Daniel Bryan was eliminated. Daniel Bryan, after making a remarkable comeback in terms of that huge ovation he got when he returned to announce that he would be competing in the Royal Rumble match, and then he had the match with Kane, and I don't want to say he was better than ever, but he was back to form. He was in real good shape and everything. After all that momentum he was riding, he comes into the Royal Rumble match number 10. I don't remember if he eliminated anybody. He lasts 10 minutes and then he gets eliminated by Bray Wyatt. That was the one thing that really pissed me off in that Rumble match, because I thought Daniel Bryan's run in that match was complete bullshit. Because for a wrestler, a performer of Daniel Bryan's caliber, he should have at least been in the Final 4. If he was in the Final 4 and got eliminated, I wouldn't have had a problem with that. I know a lot of people would have preferred that he won the match. If he had been eliminated last by Roman Reigns, I wouldn't have had a problem with that. But just the fact that Daniel Bryan was in there for 10 minutes when he is the most over guy in the company, and WWE fails to acknowledge that, pretty much shows you how bad WWE screwed up again. And I think that for Daniel Bryan not to go for the remainder of the Royal Rumble match, to not at least be in the Final 4 or be the runner-up, is a slap in his face. And there are reports that as he was leaving, as he was heading backstage, that he was pretty angry. He was pretty upset. And if those are true, I wouldn't blame him, because, if I'm Daniel Bryan and I'm backstage and I'm getting ready to enter the Rumble match and I'm told I'm going to go in there for 10 minutes only and then I'm going to get eliminated. I mean, if I was Daniel Bryan, I'd be pissed. And I'm surprised he didn't Daniel Bryan's a loyal worker. He's a loyal performer. He always goes out there, gives it his all. But I'm surprised he didn't go up to whoever was in charge and say, hey, this crowd out there loves me. why am I not winning the match, or why am I not going to be at least in the final four? I mean, that just baffles me. And I'm still a little pissed off at that whole thing because I support Daniel Bryan. I know how hard this guy has worked to get to where he is. I haven't watched, I didn't follow him as an indie guy, but I've read up on him and whatnot. I know how over he is with the crowd. And WWE dropped the ball again, unfortunately. 2 years in a row. He wasn't in the Rumble match last year. Batista ended up winning that. I wasn't happy with Batista winning because I wanted to see Daniel Bryan win or CM Punk win. This year, I don't have a problem with Roman Reigns winning, and I'm going to get to Roman Reigns in a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, Daniel Bryan, I'm going to say something. This sounds pretty ballsy what I'm going to say, but, if things like that keep happening to Daniel Bryan, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls a CM Punk and just decides to go back to ROH or New Japan Pro Wrestling or whatnot. But I personally don't hope that's the case because WWE has one hell of a talent with Daniel Bryan. He's the most over guy in the company. That's the guy that the fans are paying to see. That's the guy who's getting the most pops, the most cheers every time he comes out. So I just hope that WWE learns from this. And if the rumors are true that they're considering doing Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania 31, I hope that match happens. And that match, if it does happen, should be like a 30-minute Iron Man match with the winner becoming the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. I could do an entire video on that, and I might actually save that for another video. But, yeah, I just hope that things go way smoother for Daniel Bryan. I know he's got a casket match tonight against Kane. This is I'm recording this on Thursday. So if some of you end up watching it like tomorrow, SmackDown will have already happened by the time you're listening. But I'm trying to get this posted, published by tonight. So, yeah, Kane and Daniel Bryan, as of tonight, have a casket match. But, yeah, like I said, that was just, a dumb, a really stupid decision by WWE to have Daniel Bryan only go in 10 minutes and then get eliminated by Bray Wyatt. That was really stupid. And I really hope things go a lot smoother for Daniel Bryan in the weeks and months to come. And I really hope he and Dolph Ziggler get that moment to shine at WrestleMania 31. I personally think if it's a 30-minute Iron Man match, that'll be amazing. Not 60 minutes because I know you got a whole other card of matches. But I think 30 minutes would be perfect for those two guys to just go out there and really steal the show. Now, of course, the big controversy with this match was, like I said, Roman Reigns winning the 2015 Royal Rumble. And his victory, to me, was a little bittersweet because of what happened with Daniel Bryan. I mean, it was apparent that after Daniel Bryan got eliminated, that crowd was not invested in the rest of the Royal Rumble match. And I started to lose some interest in the Royal Rumble match. I mean, I thought for the most part, the match was very good, a lot better than last year's match, but, it had the same feel to it in terms of no Daniel Bryan, and ultimately the match just loses that spark, which is a shame. I thought it was cool that Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns had a mini Shield reunion towards the end of the match. And, I mean, what else can I really say? I mean, going back to the whole Roman Reigns thing, what's done is done. Roman has won the match. I mean, you can't blame him. He wasn't the one that booked him winning. I mean, he just went out there, he did his job, and I feel bad for him because, like I said, I'm a big supporter of Roman Reigns. I want to see Roman Reigns succeed. I want to see him become one of the top stars in the future. But now he is backed up against the wall, and WWE is backed up against the wall. But what I think Roman Reigns needs to do, and what I think WWE needs to do in this situation is they need to ultimately, what WWE needs to do is really build this match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. They really need to build it because I can't recall a WrestleMania that had a horrible main event. I mean, yeah, I really can't recall a WrestleMania that had a horrible main event. I mean, like Triple H and Chris Jericho from WrestleMania 18, that wasn't a bad match. It was a good match. It just wasn't the best match that you expect from those guys. But I really can't recall a WrestleMania that had an insignificant world title match. I mean, Roman Reigns is going to most likely win. And this is going to be the passing of the torch, so to speak. This is the new guy. This is ultimately going to be Roman Reigns' defining moment, so to speak. So what WWE needs to do is they need to really, really build this match up to where the fans accept it. They get excited for it. They really need to build Brock and Roman strong for this, because they need to reinvest the fans in this main event. Because if they don't, there's a possibility that that match could be WrestleMania 20 all over again. And I would hate for that to happen, because I'm going to WrestleMania 31, and I would hate for my WrestleMania weekend to end because of a shitty main event. Roman Reigns, on the other hand, he needs to embrace this opportunity, and he needs to ultimately make the best of it. He needs to take it. He needs to take full advantage of this opportunity. He admitted in the interview on Monday that he's not the most experienced. He's still a little green. So what he needs to do, in my opinion, is he needs to work on his promos. What Roman Reigns needs to do is Roman Reigns needs to be Roman Reigns. He needs to be a total badass that does not fear anybody and is not intimidated by Brock Lesnar. He needs to go out there every single night, whether it's a house show, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, main event, I don't care. He needs to go out there and he needs to really improve, and he needs to really ultimately solidify himself as the guy that the fans want to cheer for at WrestleMania 31 to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He needs to win the fans' trust back. He needs to reinvest the fans in his character, in himself. Because like I said, if he can't do that and WWE fails to build this match really well, there's a chance we're going to get WrestleMania 20 all over again. And I'm not just saying that because Brock Lesnar's in the match. He's leaving for UFC possibly again after WrestleMania 31. 11 WrestleManias after he left following WrestleMania 20. So WWE needs to realize that they have to hit this out the park with Reigns and Lesnar. And you know what? I'm really interested in seeing this match because of that stare down, that little face-to-face confrontation that happened on Raw. And Paul Heyman, damn, is Paul Heyman a genius or what? The way he was hyping that main event between Brock and Roman by saying he respects Roman and he respects Roman's family and he knows what Roman's family has achieved throughout, their time in WWE, the Samoan dynasty, the Samoan legacy. I mean, Paul Heyman made me want to see that match. And that's what WWE needs to do. They need to really invest in Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want them to deliver a hell of a card at WrestleMania 31 because they have a lot to live up to after an emotional and memorable WrestleMania 30. But what they need to do is they need to make sure that they don't drop the ball with the main event. And Roman Reigns has to be Roman Reigns, a badass, like I said, take no prisoners, deliver some kick-ass promos. None of this Looney Tunes stuff. I mean, I don't think it's the worst, but, Roman Reigns, when you think Roman Reigns, do you think Looney Tunes or do you think Samoan badass, Samoan powerhouse, Samoan Superman? Roman needs to just be Roman, and he needs to take full advantage of this opportunity and really make the best of it. But really, really work at improving, because if he wins the World Heavyweight Championship, he's going to be the top star. And WWE doesn't want John Cena 2.0. They want Roman Reigns. Only one Roman Reigns. I wish Roman all the best, and I hope everything goes well, because I'm personally invested in this WrestleMania because, like I said, I'm going to Santa Clara. I'm going to Levi Stadium that weekend for WrestleMania 31. And I would hate if my first WrestleMania became my last because of a very lackluster show. We'll see what happens. I mean, Roman Reigns won the match. We can't take it back. What's done is done. And one other thing I want to address real quick is the ending of that match, because that ending seems so screwy. I mean, I don't even remember what got Rusev knocked out of the ring. I don't even remember what happened. And then, Roman eliminates Kane and Big Show simultaneously, and I thought the match was over, but I didn't hear the bell. And then Kane and Big Show came back in the ring and started pounding him. And then The Rock came out, and I knew The Rock was gonna get involved in the Rumble somehow. Like, I knew he was gonna be at the show, because there was the picture of him on Instagram and Twitter. So The Rock came out, laid the smackdown on Kane and Big Show. Roman took him down, and then Rusev got back into the ring and tried to eliminate Reigns, and Reigns hit him with the spear and eliminated him, and Reigns was officially declared the winner of the 2015 Royal Rumble match. But that ending was so screwy. I mean, like, I remember watching it thinking, like, wait a minute, that's it? That's how it ends? And then, they had Rusev try to pull a sneaky one over on Roman Reigns, sneak attack, whatever, and then Reigns eliminated him. But I mean, I was looking at The Rock's face, and I was looking at pictures of it, and even The Rock realized that he couldn't help Roman Reigns get over with the crowd. I mean, the crowd was heavily rejecting him. They heavily booed him. And I feel bad for him, and I feel bad for Rock, because that's his cousin. Rock was just trying to help out. I mean, WWE, they tried a big desperation tactic, if you want to call it that, and it still didn't work. But like I said, what's done is done. Roman Reigns now needs to take advantage of this opportunity. He needs to ultimately evolve. He needs to ultimately win the fans' trust back. And WWE needs to really, really put a lot of effort into building not just the WrestleMania card in general, but Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. This is your main event, and you don't want your main event to suck. I mean, thank God they learned, and they, when CM Punk left, they realized what they had to do, and they put Daniel Bryan in the main event, and Daniel Bryan won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 30, and everybody went home. Had that not happened, had it been Batista and Randy Orton, that WrestleMania would have been doomed. So, I'm personally praying and hoping that WWE really delivers with WrestleMania 31, because like I said, I have a very personal interest, a very personal investment in it, because I'm going to be at Levi Stadium that weekend. And I could ultimately lose my faith in WWE if they do not deliver at WrestleMania 31. And those are pretty much my thoughts on the Royal Rumble match and what now WWE needs to do on the road to WrestleMania to ultimately make up for this situation, because they're backed up against a wall big time. My other thoughts real quick on the Rumble match. Great to see Bubba Ray Dudley as a surprise entrant. I wish Devon would have been part of the Rumble match, but I think R-Truth did a fine job as a substitute. I mean, he helped Bubba hit the 3D, the was-up headbutt. That was great. Boogeyman was fun to watch for like the minute he was in the match because of his interactions with Bray Wyatt. And I thought that was great. I never thought in a million years Bray Wyatt and the Boogeyman would be in the same ring together. I didn't expect Boogeyman to last long, but I thought what he did with Bray Wyatt was really cool. And I just wanted to see Bray Wyatt go up to him and like slap him or something. Just be like, yeah, son, you ain't intimidating me because I own this ring now. And, speaking of Bray Wyatt, I was very surprised that he lasted more than 30 minutes, but I was happy with that because I feel Bray Wyatt needs a strong push. I like the Bray Wyatt character. I want to see the Bray Wyatt character win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in the future. And if the rumors are true and he's supposed to face Undertaker at WrestleMania, and of course Undertaker didn't show up at the Rumble, which was a video I made like a couple weeks ago, just something that was on my mind because I thought that would have been a cool possibility. But anyway, Bray Wyatt is going to need a lot of momentum. He's going to need to look really strong if he's going to go up against Taker. Nothing's been confirmed. A Bray Wyatt Undertaker match I'd be interested in just because of their personas and whatnot. But I really hope that from there with how well Bray Wyatt did in the Rumble match, that his performance leads to bigger and better things. Because, I mean, think about it. Last year, he had that killer opener with Daniel Bryan. This year, he lasts 30 minutes, eliminated like 5, 6, 7 guys, I believe. So I'm happy. That was one thing. Other thing I was happy with, Bray Wyatt's performance in the Rumble match. And what else did I want to comment on? DDP. I thought it was great to see DDP. Of course, he's got to plug that DDP yoga. Yeah, man, he hit a diamond cutter on Bray Wyatt, a super diamond cutter on Fandango. I mean, it was great. The first half of the Royal Rumble was great, really exciting, really entertaining. Second half lost momentum, but overall, like I said, I thought it was a very good match for the most part. I was entertained. I had fun watching it. I wasn't pissed at the result, despite the screwy ending and Daniel Bryan's bullshit elimination. And, you have to excuse me for my language because I try not to use a lot of profanity on my videos, but this is just one of those times where I need to just vent because I still find it a joke that Daniel Bryan was only in there for 10 minutes. But yeah, guys, like I said, overall, I thought the Rumble was a very good. The pay-per-view in general, I thought was good, and the Rumble match itself, I thought was very good for the most part. So yeah, guys, leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought about the Royal Rumble. Let me know what you think Roman Reigns needs to do and what WWE ultimately needs to do to make the best of this situation and to get themselves out of that corner that they're backed into. And of course, please click the subscribe button if you haven't. And like I said, my match ratings and show rating will be below in the description box. So thank you all for listening. Have a good day. Have a good night, to quote my good friend Mr. Paul JB44. And I'll see you guys later. And everybody, like I said, have a good day. And yeah, I'm sorry. Have a good day. Have a good night. And I'll see everybody later.